So how's the week been so far, guys? Getting back into the swing of things? January?
Yeah, going okay, thanks. It has been a wild rush of suddenly everybody else waking up and almost thinking like they've lost time. Now they're trying to make up, and it has been busy, but good.
Okay, it's a good busy. That's good. That's good. Hops, how you doing?
Well, thanks, and you?
Cool. Branch up.
Few days, yeah.
Welcome, welcome. I like your background. Is that a background you got there, or is that your actual office?
No, it's background.
Oh, it looks very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome, Zara. Welcome, Mo.
Morning.
How are you feeling?
Oh, much better.
Yeah, my whole family had the Omicron in December.
I'm surprised at how many people actually have it and are getting over it. It's been, I think, been the most popular variant amongst the COVID variants.
Yeah, so hey, my kids had it. My kids are 15 and 19. They had it. My niece and nephew, they had it. They're young. They're 10 years old. And everybody I know had it. But they were only sick for like 2-3 days. 3 days max.
I'm coming out of it, but I've got a bad sinus / throat infection. So that's the only residue effect that I'm having that keeps me and still, a bit tired. But otherwise, I'm just glad that it's not as bad as the first time I got COVID in 2020 and those effects, because that was extreme fatigue.
That's bad, yeah. Yeah, so listen, a lot of my friends are complaining about long COVID. So you got to rest. When you got COVID, you got to rest. You got to relax and just rest and just take it easy.
Yeah, will do.
You don't want it to become long COVID, because long COVID will last like 3-4 months and then it's an issue. Morning, Pam.
Morning, Sunil.
How are you?
How are you doing? Good,
Good,
and
thanks.
you?
Good, thanks. Yeah, I had gremlins this morning. So my computer didn't work. So I'm using my spare computer, which doesn't have any of the slides. So I'm going to use an old slide, which I found off the web, but just in time.
Yeah, well, my camera doesn't work on my computer, so I'm not being rude.
Okay. Anthony?
Because if I put it on, you get that. That's my camera on.
Oh yeah, then something else is using your camera. You just need to see, maybe you ran an update, or maybe an update is busy running in the process.
It's been like that for months.
Is it? But when we spoke, how did we connect? When we connected?
Pardon?
When we connected, I think we connected in October or November.
No, that was the old computer. This is another one that I got sent, but it's just not working.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely an update.
Yeah.
Morning, Clara. I haven't sent you the stuff. I'll send it to you. I was just seeing my computer conked out. So as soon as my computer comes right, I will sort it out for you. But guys, let's start. I don't have a very long presentation today because it's a make-do presentation because of my laptop. The power supply is not working. So let's start. Anybody's got any questions about the previous days? Want to ask anything about the previous days, what we learned?
No, I have a question. You were saying that it's better to have a keyword-rich domain. If you can't do that because what is the keyword? How do you get that right? I mean, for web designs, that's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
But for our services, what do people look for? They look for a multitude of things.
Mm-hmm. What's your main service? What's your main service? Training.
business skills, I suppose, but nobody's typing that in.
So you need to find out what people are, but it's fine. It's fine. So just make sure that your site is optimized for those keywords. The easiest way to optimize.
No, I mean, it is in the website itself. It's built to optimize all the different words. But I mean, we've got a professional domain, but I can't put keywords in it. It's not as simple as web design. It's
fine. No. It's fine. So just to clarify that, what I meant yesterday is, if you've got a brand name, like in your case, you've got yours is a brand name. It's fine. You use it. Like in my case, my main company is called Yashtech Consulting. So my main brand is yashtech.co.za. So all my emails and stuff go through yashtech.co.za. So that's what I use. What I was suggesting was, if you want, I'm talking about those guys who are starting off from scratch, starting off new. They don't have a brand as yet. And you're starting off. It's good to include a keyword in your domain, but you don't have to.
Okay.
You don't have to. It was just a suggestion, but it's a good suggestion. So, like I got various domains like that. I use them as funnels, as a pipeline. They're different pages. So I've got one called WordPress courses. So if somebody searches for WordPress courses, they'll find my site. My site will, most cases, on the first page of Google, and they can send me a message. I respond to them, and I send them a quote. Okay. When I get
so you're channeling those pages that are specific through your main domain, or to the same email.
No. They each one will have their own domain. Each one will have their own. Each one will have their own email address. But at the bottom, I would say it's a division of Yashtech. Right at the bottom, I would say it's a division, because it's all because these are all pipelines to fill my pipeline up with leads.
So if I put up a pipeline web page, just a single page, or 2 pages, and I channel that when they click on it to sign up or whatever through our main page, is that because then it's coming up as a domain search, when they're searching for those keywords, and then I can channel it back in to either our online platform or the website.
Yes.
Okay.
So
all right. That's a great idea. Thanks.
So I've got 3 of those domains, right? One is Umhlanga Web Design. Umhlanga Web Design, if you noticed, it is just a one-page website. So if anybody searches for website design in Umhlanga, they go to my site and they email me, and I will respond as soon as possible. The other one is WordPress courses. If somebody comes in onto WordPress courses, they search for WordPress courses, and they send me a message, immediately I will respond. Whether it's a Sunday night, I will respond to them. I'll reply or WhatsApp, because those leads are intentional leads. Those people are really looking for a solution.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That there is pull marketing, where they got a problem and they're looking for a solution. So I hop onto that as soon as possible. And just like that, so I've trained many companies like that. I trained the Caltrain, I trained Aspen, I trained Ushaka, because those guys are actively searching for the problem. Instead of you going and listen, when you run a Facebook ad, that is push marketing, where you're going and putting your brand in front of somebody's face. But if the prospect is not ready to buy, you're wasting your time. But when they are actively looking for the problem, for the solution to the problem, that is more powerful. That's the intentional. That's the difference between Google and social media. That is why it's so important to have a website, because majority of your leads coming on your website or your visits are coming from Google.
Yeah, no, it makes great sense. Thanks. Are you using WordPress for all of your single pages domains?
I use WordPress for everything.
Everything. Great. Perfect.
I use WordPress for everything, but there's another program that I use. It's called MailerLite. MailerLite.
MailerLite.
Mailer, MailerLite. MailerLite. That is a godsend. So if you've ever heard of ClickFunnels, have you heard of ClickFunnels? ClickFunnels is a professional landing page software, which is $99 a month. That works out to about 1,700 a month, which is, we can't afford it. As South Africans, we can't afford 1,700 a month for a landing page software. MailerLite is like a light version of that. It's free of charge. If you got under 2,000, subscribers, it's free of charge. But I only use MailerLite because of the automation functionality. So I can create a sequence. I can go into MailerLite. I can create a sequence. Like I can somebody subscribe. Let's say Christelle subscribes to my 7-day challenge. She will get that. She'll get an email every single day at say 10 a.m. automatically. Automatic email sequence. I can create as many sequences as I want. So that's the power.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Just to confirm that that spelling again, is it M-E-I-L-E-R?
Let me show it to you. M-A-I-L-E-R-L-I-T-E.
Oh, okay, thanks.
MailerLite.
MailerLite, okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to show it to you now. In fact, MailerLite is like a direct competitor to Mailchimp. It's a direct competitor to Mailchimp, and yeah. So this is it. It's MailerLite. It's you can create email campaigns. You can create websites. You can even create websites. That's how advanced it is. You can even create a website, a professional website that will collect leads for you, and it's automated. Can you see my screen, guys? So this is MailerLite. So it's very similar to Mailchimp. The difference between this and Mailchimp, it's slightly more user-friendly than Mailchimp, and it's got exactly the same features in that you can have up to 2,000 subscribers. See, okay, this one says up to 1,000, but you can have up to 1,000 subscribers, and you can create these automations. You can create these automations. So morning, guys, let's start. Any more questions? Anybody else wants to ask anything before we start? Yes, Shri, you're fine. Cool, let's start. So guys,
thanks, Sunil.
Thank you. Welcome to the social breakfast. As I was saying, the other guys, I had the gremlins visited me this morning, so my computer conked on me. So my computer, I'm using my second laptop, which is a smaller laptop, and I had to use an older presentation. So today we're going to be talking about email marketing. I'm not going to be telling you about the what to post today and stuff. I'm just going to tell you about email marketing because email marketing is very powerful. It is one of the most powerful tools out there. There's two that I use, MailerLite, and I use a second one called Mailchimp. Each one of you, I would advise each one of you to go and create a Mailchimp account today. That's my challenge for you for today, Mailchimp, because Mailchimp is the only program that Facebook allows to sync with their platform. So people don't understand the power of email marketing. You know what? As a digital marketer, your objective is to collect the email of your prospect. Because when somebody gives you the email address, they give you permission to market to them for life until they unsubscribe. So your homework for today is go to Mailchimp and create a profile and start to build a database. Because the power of a database, the power of your email database is, just say your company burns down, maybe your physical office burns down. But if you've got an engaged email list, you can rebuild your company just by using that email list. So I'm going to share I'm using an old PowerPoint. So guys, welcome to email marketing, the hidden gold mine. So many of us are sitting on a gold mine and we don't realize it. You know what? Just to give you an example, it's easier to do business with your current clients than to go and acquire a new client. So if you've got a database of current clients that you've worked with over the years, you can work with them and upsell them and do continuous business with them instead of you going and acquiring new clients every single month. Let's skip that, that's old. So some stats, this is from 2020, some email marketing stats from 2020. The number of active email users forecasted to reach 4.3 billion in 2023. 293 billion emails were sent and received each day in 2020. The average expected ROI is $42 for every $1 you spent on email marketing. Nearly 9 out of every 10 marketers use email marketing to distribute content organically. Now, if you've got an engaged audience, listen, I know that we all have got emails that we look forward to reading. Like I've got this guy that I follow him. He's a mentor. His name is Dov, and I'll open his emails whenever he sends it because he's got so engaging content. 81% of small businesses rely on email as a primary customer acquisition channel and 80% for retention. The average open rate for welcome email is 82%. Emails with personalized subject lines generate 50% higher open rates. So what that means is, don't just spam your subscribers. Personalize the email, maybe say, Dear John or Dear Jane, and they will open it up. There's, you know what, there's, they will, when they see the name, they'll open it up. They're more likely to open it up. If you have an online store and you send abandoned cart emails, I'm sure many of you guys have been on to Take a Lot, and maybe you saw a nice handbag, or maybe you saw something that's cool, maybe a nice gadget, but you didn't buy it. And then a couple of days later, you're browsing the web and that gadget is following you around. You can also do that with your email. So somebody came onto Take a Lot onto your website, they saw this handbag and they didn't buy. They put that handbag into the cart, into the basket, but they didn't check out. Take a Lot will send you an email to say to you, hey, what happened? Come back, here's a 20% discount, or come back and buy that. So what it's saying here, abandoned cart emails result in 69% more sales. And then 49% of your consumers would like to receive promotional emails from their favorite brands. So this is email versus social media, the first check of the day. When people check, this is the first thing they check in the morning when they wake up. Look at this, email is 58%. So integrating email and social media marketing, the difference is, what is email marketing good at? Delivering targeted personalized messages, converting subscribers into customers, building relationships with customers, retaining customers. So you need to use both. You need to use email marketing and social media. What is social media good at? Driving traffic to your website, building brand recognition, building a community, and building brand loyalty. So what is email marketing? Email marketing is the use of email to promote products or services, but it's not just limited to that. You can use email marketing to develop relations with current customers and or to reach out to potential customers. Email marketing allows businesses to keep their customers informed and to customize their marketing messages accordingly. Think of it as one of the most cost-effective and conversion-rich forms of digital marketing today. It's potent, it's persuasive, and gets your e-commerce store great results. So I showed you guys the other day that there is almost 4.5 billion social media users. Email marketing, email users, there must be like 5.5 billion email users globally. So we spoke about this. In 2019, there were 3.9 billion users. In 2023, the figure is expected to go to 4.3 billion users for email. In 2019 alone, 293 billion emails were sent, and this is expected to go to 347 billion by 2022. This is this year. Email delivers a strong return on investment. The use of email for content distribution. So what they mean that is if you got a blog, you can send people links to your blog. That's content distribution. Email marketing helps grow your business. Welcome emails have a high open rates. Personalization works wonders for your emails. So I'll show you just now how to personalize your email. You can get more sales if you send abandoned cart emails. So if you use a program like WooCommerce, you can download a plugin that allows you to send abandoned cart emails. Skip that. Customers like to hear from you. What this means is that if somebody subscribed to your list, send them regular communications. So don't just collect email addresses and don't send them emails. It's like, imagine if you received, just say you subscribe to an email database today, and the first email you receive from them 6 months down the line, you're going to think that, hey, where did these guys get your email? And they're probably spamming you. So as soon as somebody subscribes, send them some emails. So that's where the MailerLite comes into play. When I showed you the MailerLite earlier, you can create an automated email sequence for those people who subscribe. Let's skip that. Skip that. So people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So we do business with, we're not going to just buy, if it's a high ticket item, I'm not talking about coffee, I'm not talking about donuts, I'm not talking about makeup. If it's a high ticket item, something you're spending more than 500 Rand, you want to know who you're dealing with and who you're buying it from. Like, it's like buying something from, it's like buying an iron from Game. You know, you can go to Game and buy that iron. If it breaks, it conks out in 2 days, you can go back and get your money. That's because you know, like, and trust Game. Our job as marketers is to use email marketing to create that perception of know, like, and trust. Because when somebody receives our email, they're getting our branding, they're getting our tone of voice in that email. So that's how we build rapport over email. People buy from people. So just to explain to the sales funnel, I'm going to go into detail tomorrow. The sales funnel, this is a typical sales funnel. The top of the funnel is awareness stage. Your job as a marketer, the first thing is to get their attention, to get them interested in your brand. Once they're interested in your brand, you move them down the funnel. You nurture them. You nurture them. You send them constant marketing. You in their face. You ping them all the time. And when they're ready to buy, you move them down into the decision stage. When they buy, that becomes the decision stage. And then the final stage is where you retain them. Retain is where you do business with your current customers. But we're going to get that in the next couple of days. We're going to get into detail with the sales funnel. So how email marketing works, how to personalize your email, how to build your list. First is my advice to you, my suggestion to you. Look back in the past 2 years, all the customers that you've done business with, all the quotes you sent out, put them into an Excel spreadsheet, create your master client list. So all you need is, in fact, you don't need 3 columns. You just need 2 columns. Just put their name, the email address. If you want, you can also put the phone number. If you've got their phone number, you can put their phone number. You don't have to worry about what designation they are. Name, phone number, and email address. That's all you need. And then you, so what you're doing here now is you're building your master client list. Every single client that comes, every single client that you quote, every single client that you do business going forward will be added to this master client list. And you'll be constantly adding to this master client list, unless you use a CRM program. Next step, you delete the extra columns. You just keep the name and the email column. You keep the name and the email column. And now you're building your email list. Then you save it as a CSV. And then you import it into Mailchimp. Now, I explained to you Mailchimp earlier. Mailchimp is free for under 2,000. It's got a drag and drop editor where you can just drag images and you can drag and move things around. You can personalize it. So I can say, Dear Jane, I can say, Dear Christelle. I can say, I can use short codes to personalize it. Also, what's good about Mailchimp, it gives you stats. It gives you powerful stats. How many people open the emails, how many of them clicked your links. And you can also, it also manages your mail list. So maybe just say you send an email once a week and maybe somebody got offended. Maybe Brian got offended for your email, for receiving the email. He can click unsubscribe at the bottom, and he's out of the database. He doesn't have to email you and tell you, hey, remove me from your database. So this is an example of some of the templates you can create with Mailchimp. These are all free within Mailchimp. The F name is a short code I was talking about earlier. This is how you personalize your email. Wherever you put first name, wherever you put F name, it will display the corresponding name for that email. So here I put F name in my subject and F name in my body, and it pulled out the name of the person. That's a short code. So guys, this is an example of the stats you receive from Mailchimp. It shows you how many emails were delivered. And you can also unsubscribe and add people manually as well. So this is how you import the contacts I showed you earlier from your mailing list. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop sharing that. Guys, that's email marketing. I had to use an old presentation because my laptop conked, but that information is still relevant. MailerLite, use MailerLite or use Mailchimp.
So Neil, does Mailchimp explain how to actually do the transfer of all the names and stuff? So if one reads up on Mailchimp and how to use it, will it show you how to actually transfer all the names?
You mean from your Excel?
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you quickly.
Sorry, I'm such a novice at this, but I want to get it right.
And it's fine, it's fine. So you got a Excel document, right? You exported your Excel document. There's two ways you can do it. One, you can save it as a CSV file, or you can copy and paste. So you go to your list. There's a section on Mailchimp called Audiences. You click on Audiences and you click on Add Contacts. You can either import contacts or you can add a subscriber one by one, but I would say go import contacts. You click on import contacts. Then you can, it comes up with a window like this. You can either import via CSV or you can copy and paste. So for me, recently, I started to copy and paste, but the problem with copy and paste is sometimes it doesn't copy the name and it's good if you're just copying email addresses. So I like to also use the CSV. One thing I must explain to you guys, sometimes when you're using the new versions of Excel, Excel would put a semicolon instead of a comma. So just make sure that you can change that using Notepad and do a find and replace the semicolon with a comma.
How do you create the CSV?
The CSV file, so from Excel, instead of saving it as an Excel document, you save it as a CSV file. Let me just see if I can open my Excel. Let's see if my Excel works. So this is your Excel document, right? So you're going to create 2 columns. One is called name. The other one is called email. Let's say Jane at go.com. So you created this email database, right? So now you're going to go File, Save As. Let's put it in my desktop. And here where it says Save As Type, you're going to save this as CSV, delimited. Can you see that? CSV, delimited, and save. And then you can save it as a CSV file. And then you come into this import context, and then you would import as a CSV file. And then you just click next at the bottom. And that's how you would import your list. So once you import a list, you can come and create a campaign. When you create a campaign, when you're sending out the campaign, it will ask you to send out to your entire list, or a saved or a pre-built segment, or a group or a new segment. So just say if you got an existing list of 500 people, and today you added another 100 people, and you only want to send the email to that 100 people that you added. You don't want to send it to your entire database because you already sent that email to the previous list. You can select new segment, and it will only go out to that 100 people that you added. And then, yeah, so that's how you would add your contacts, Christelle.
Thanks, Neil.
Any more questions, guys?
Hi, Sunil.
Hi, Chokozilla.
I wanted to find out, how do you personalize an email in Mailchimp? How do you add the first name? Because I've been trying to do that for the longest, but I can't seem to get it right.
Where?
In Mailchimp. So to personalize the email, yeah, so that it has the person's name and not just going out as a good morning.
Right. So you got to use the short code F name. You got to use the short code F name. Right. So when you upload your content, your database has to have 2 columns. One is the name, and the other one is the email address. The name column, the short code is it's a pipe. So what the pipe is? The pipe is that vertical line. The vertical line, F name, and then the vertical line again. That's the F name short code. So wherever you want the name to show, you just use that short code F name. Hope answers the question. You'll see when you're building your email, in the editor, you'll see there's a short code that will say F name, short codes F name.
Thank you.
Anyone else wants to ask anything?
So Neil, it's Clara. I was just gonna make a suggestion. I think all this stuff you're teaching us is super, super awesome, great. But I wanted just to suggest that maybe with the ladies that are here in Joburg, maybe, or I don't know if you have a facility where we can actually meet in person, those that are not afraid to, get together, obviously COVID protocols observed, and just like manually go through, like in a class, because just to show each other, you click it like this. So then we become a lot more fluent in some of the technical aspects that.
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked that, because I do have a class coming up on the 24th of Feb in Midrand. It's in Midrand. It's a hands-on class, so we're going to meet in Midrand, and I will send you guys information. So whoever's interested in attending that in-person workshop, let me know. It's in Joburg, Midrand, and I will send you all the information. It's in the last week of Feb. We're busy planning and putting together that.
Oh, thanks. Okay, thank you.
Anybody else wants to ask? Guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully my laptop will be fixed up by then. And I'll do a recap of the email marketing tomorrow as well.
Thanks, Sunil.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for attending.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Be safe, guys.